Hi, this is Mason Winfield with another installment of Psi-Friday with Mason. Today we're going to discuss the very queer phenomenon of the connection between the spooks and electricity. Now, I use the very generic term, the spooks, to sort of describe the amalgam of psychic phenomena. I mean, psychic phenomena can appear to people in all the physical senses. I've never heard of anyone tasting a ghost, for which I'm grateful, but yet sound, sight, touch. But the queer phenomenon, you wouldn't think a ghost would, which people have been seeing for thousands of years, would have anything to do with modern technology like electrical appliances. The fact is, there's a big connection there. Ever since we've had electricity for our own use, psychic phenomena has been exploiting it. It even caused one of my old friends, Father Alphonsus Trebold, the religion parapsychology professor, to conjecture that the motive force of all psychic phenomena could have been free electricity. Electricity that some disembodied form could use to create a manifestation in our world. It even caused my old friend, Father Alphonsus Trebold, the religion and parapsychology professor, to conjecture that the motive force behind all psychophysical displays was probably electricity. Where does the electricity come from? The odds are pretty good that the energy of sights, natural energy, might be what is used. But when you're in a house that's got electrical appliances, it's pretty easy to see that there's a lot of electricity going around there. But I should conjecture also that there's another connection, because the ancient sacred sites that tend to be so commonly associated with psychic reports, these ancient monuments are very often sited over points of natural electricity. The electricity could even be affecting the living humans. And there are a number of different kinds of electricity. There's not just the kind you plug in and turn on your light. I should also point out that one of the most dramatic observations about the poltergeist is that its displays seem to be associated with electricity. Obviously, things happen that are not uniquely electrical, but as long as we've had electrical appliances, the poltergeists seem to be able to turn them on and off whenever they want. They seem to be able to play with them. And they're not physically manipulating a knob, they're making a connection that turns an appliance on. It is really quite queer. And the poltergeist is helping us study this connection too, because it was found, see, the way a poltergeist cycle would work, we believe it's focused on one individual, usually the energies of a living person. And Dr. William Rowell, the great expert on the poltergeist, studied a lot of these cases intimately, and he noticed that the cycle of poltergeist displays would start with a kickoff event. There would be no reports, nothing would happen, and then wham, stuff starts happening. And this kickoff event was very often trackable by timing, to an electrical storm, violent, dramatic, the night before. Sometimes, during the kickoff event, the individual who's the focus of the displays, that person is living in a place that's got underground electricity, underground energy. It's as if the natural force of the electricity combines with the energies of that living person, the unconscious psychic energies, and this produces the displays. It is a remarkable connection, and I should probably end with another reflection from Father Trebold. He told me once, he said, you know, it's possible that psychic phenomena doesn't display itself where it wants to. There might be psychic phenomena everywhere in the world at all times. It only shows up where it can, where there's free-floating energy that somehow it can latch onto for its displays. And as for the source of this free-floating energy, you know, there's a lot of electricity in the air, even in a small domestic building. Every room of it has enough electricity in the air to fry your socks. It's, you know, it's just there. And I don't know whether you'd call it static electricity or whatever, but we're really lucky that somebody doesn't figure out a way to set it off, because the whole world would go up. But it's quite possible that this connection between spooks and electricity will have no direct answer anytime soon. Because we've still got that one question about the pedal to the metal point, you know. How does something that has no body, how does just a thought create a physical display? But I think with this connection, we might be getting a bit closer. Thanks for joining us on Psi-Friday with Mason.